So if anyone wants to know anything about bike riding or where you can get your license or who to go see, let me know, because I do have some great contacts where I can point in the right direction as well if this is something that you want to pursue and it's something that you want to, you know, try out and even get into doing so, guys. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, as I always say, life is too short. So make sure that you do what you love and make sure that you pursue your dreams, and again, do something that gives you purpose. And the byproduct of that is that you will generally create the life that you want, especially if you're aligned in your values and your beliefs. Alright guys, welcome to another Sunday vlog, and by the title, yes, very pleased to announce I bought my dream bike. So I wanted to break that down a little bit more in terms of setting goals, reverse engineering, starting with the end in mind, but also just the fact that if you do set the goal, you can actually get there. Some of you watching this video might have already achieved great things. Some of you are thinking, shit, like it seems so far away. And at the end of the day, guys, it's just a bike, it's all material, it doesn't mean anything, but it's more about what it represents. It doesn't make you a good or a bad person, like I always say, but it's the value and it's the work ethic, it's the journey once again to actually get there. So we're out on a Sunday, it's the first official ride on the beautiful Ducati. I'm here with my friends, Jacob's behind the camera as always, with the boys over here checking the tyre pressures, and the rest of the crew over here ready to go. Apparently there's a bit of a blitz on this weekend, so a lot of coppers around. Not that we do anything illegal or stupid on the road, we always keep it intact, we always have a good time, but we'll have to keep our eye out. And we thought, hey, why not take you along for a bit of a vlog, give you another Sunday tradition, show you what we get up to, some of the beautiful roads, some of the beautiful weather in the Gold Coast, and again talk you through goal setting, you know, having a goal and then also breaking that down and achieving it too. All right, let's get the tire pressures going, let's head off. Up here at Beachmont. So one of the things we've talked about in other videos is the diversity of the Gold Coast. Like, we were just pretty much at the coast, and now within half an hour we are out in the hinterlands. You can hear all the bikes coming past. Here we go. Got the paragliders as well. I just caught up with Shane, who I bought my bike off. He's got a brand new V4, which is like the one up from mine. It's like the daddy bike, so that was pretty cool. Awesome to see him get a new bike, and great for me to kind of take possession of his and, you know, on to the next chapter. So guys, to be honest, like, I wanted this bike since I can remember. So some of you know I had a motor racing background. I made a video not so long back where we went go-karting, and I talked about my history with racing. I was very fortunate. We had to race all around New Zealand, and my mum and dad gave me that opportunity. I absolutely loved it. I would love one day to be able to pay that forward again and fund racing teams, or rather, you know, generate where I can, you know, take a part of my company wages and then put that towards like a sponsorship, or even have my own racing team as well and just race around the world for fun. It's an expensive hobby, but it is really, really fun. The statement, need for speed, is really true. So yeah, ever since I could remember, I was watching Formula One, I'd watch superbikes, and I remember there was a specific time when I was living in New Zealand when I was studying, and I must have been about, I'd probably say at this point 17. Now before that, of course, I'd raced, I'd always played with the toy cars when I was young, and I'd always been fascinated by bikes and cars, anything that sounded and looked really exotic. And anyway, this particular bike came past. Now, I'm pretty sure it was an R1. And this person had all the full gear on, he had all the leathers on, it was like the helmet, everything, and it looked like something out of Knight Rider, right? And I just saw that and I thought, one day I'm gonna have that. That is what I want. That is total, that is sick. Just quickly, that's fucking cool. So up here you see all the best motorsports, right? It's brilliant. But I thought one day I want to have that, I'm gonna own that bike. And it literally is freedom. There's nothing like having a bike. Is it dangerous? Yes, but so are most things in life. And again, it's about being fearless, right? You've got to manage the risk. Again, we talked about being safe and have a little bit of fun. If you want to absolutely send it, as you say to my friends in New Zealand, you've got to go on the track. Otherwise, it's just not worth it. So anyway, more to come on that, and more to come on the goal setting and maybe breaking down that journey up until this point and how I got to this point, etc. But right now we are going to go to Canundra because I and most of the boys in need some food and a good coffee. So catch up with you then. back, guys, welcome back. So a couple of important points I want to get across in this video. One, material things, which I've already mentioned, doesn't make you a better person. Just want to get that across, right? These toys are surplus to requirements in life. I believe health and relationships are your number one investment, and that's what I practice and that's what I preach. But it's nice to be able to have the freedom, the time and the resources to afford these things, especially if you like them. Second thing is, by no means am I killing it, right? But it's based on where I was compared to where I am now, and that's what you've got to look at, because there's people who are going to be watching this who are far more successful, however you want to define it, and there's going to be people that are perhaps still on the journey, right? And we're always on the journey, so I just want to get that across right now. I'm not sitting here being like, oh yeah, I know how to do this and I've done this and achieved that. It's like, no, but from where I was to where I am now, it's been a big change, and that's what I wanted to talk about, because there may be people, and there probably is people watching, who are like, you know what, I want to do X, Y, and Z, and I want to be able to achieve this or achieve that, and they're just not able to do it. So ultimately, it's about starting with the end in mind and reverse engineering it. So for example, it's about 2.5 years ago, I've been putting it off, getting my bike license, right? I always wanted to get it. I was like, you know what, need to do this. It's on my to-do list. And something happened, you know, someone or something, I should say. That does sound nice. That does sound nice in the background, very nice. My dog passed away, and I was like, you know what, I need to start putting off the things that I want to do. And that was a really sort of harsh reminder of all of that. So I decided to get my bike license. I actually bought my bike from Jack, who is here today. He's just left. He's got an MT-09, and I've actually passed this bike on now to one of my other friends, Holly, who's here today riding it. And now I have the ability to buy my dream bike, right? But the way I actually achieved that, ultimately, without going on a massive 20-minute rant, is by doing what I love. And here's the ironic thing, right? If you do what you love, which is vague, so you need to do what you're passionate about and what gets you excited. What is your purpose? What gets you up in the morning? And for me, it's always been health and relationships. It's always been training, nutrition, lifestyle, all those things that we talk about at Fearless Training, creating a culture and a community. And that's what I always find really, really ironic and somewhat frustrating, that the whole time I could have fully invested in what I wanted to do, what I love to do, but instead I was chasing rainbows, chasing money to build and fund this business, which I thought I had to get, where really, if I just did the actual thing and got better at the thing and just fully immersed myself in it, I would have got to where I wanted to faster in terms of helping more people, which is ultimately my goal, and actually having, which is the byproduct of success, all of the other toys and all the freedom and the financials that come with it. But again, it's not about that. Unless you're interested in money, that shouldn't be the goal. The goal should be the purpose of what you're trying to do. For me, it's health and relationships, it's health and fitness, it's helping people with their most valuable assets, or whatever that is to you. So I'll leave you with this, which I've talked about in my podcast. Before we go on to the next segment, I introduce you to my new beautiful woman, i.e. bike, which is, think about what your ideal life looks like, because this is about starting with the end in mind, and you have to marinate this. Like, for example, where do you live? You know, what does it look like? Who are you with, if anyone? Do you have any pets? You really need to imagine you've got everything you desire, all the material things, all the money, whatever it is, the way you want to look, the way you want to feel. You have to imagine that. And then you have to ask yourself, what are you still going to do every day? Because once you've got all that, the novelty will wear off. So who are the people that are still around? What do your days look like? When are you getting up? Are you having a coffee? Are you going for a walk? Are you going to the gym? Are you creating? Are you in a city? Are you in a tropical island? You really need to get clear on that. Because when you know that, that will give you a peek inside the direction of which you want to go in. For example, once you figured that out, you can go, well, that's what my days want to look like. How do I make that happen? And what am I still doing that I'm passionate about within those days? Because this is something I'll do forever and a day. And it just happens to be that it funds everything else that I want to do, and it creates a lifestyle that I want as well. So keep that in mind, guys. Have a little ponder on that one, and everyone can, you know, achieve their own success. Compare yourself to yourself. Don't compare yourself to other people. Anyway, I'm gonna enjoy this beautiful view. Enjoy the ride with the lads. We're gonna head off. We're gonna get some coastal shots for you guys. We'll talk a bit more about, again, introducing the bike and anything else to wrap up the rest of the video. All right, guys, that is going to be the end of the vlog, but as promised, before we go, I said I'd introduce you to my bike. So every bike, as most men know, need a name, and they're always females for reasons I'll let you figure out. So this one is called Valkyrie. Sarai is a Greek name. It's the goddess or the archangel, if you like, or one of the archangels. So something that I like to carry on and something that's sentimental to me, and I won't go into it on this particular video, but yes, I'm very happy because this is my dream bike. It's something that I've always wanted. It means a lot. It's what it represents. It's a beautiful chapter in the book of my life, and it's something that, again, ties back into my love for motorsport and motor racing, so it kind of appeases a little bit my need for speed. So as you can see now with some of the b-roll that we'll put on the screen, before, after, during, it is an absolutely beautiful piece of machinery, architecture, engineering, if you will. It's culture, it's soul, it's art. It represents a lot. Of course, the Italians know how to design bikes, and yeah, I'm absolutely over the moon. So very, very grateful indeed that I have the opportunity to ride and even actually afford this bike. And shout out to my friends as well, been here today, one of which who is over here, who helped me actually identify this bicycle. It's all right, he's on Tinder swiping, and with all the extra features on it as well, guys. So if anyone wants to know anything about bike riding, or where you can get your license, or who to go see, let me know, because I do have some great contacts where I can point in the right direction as well, if this is something that you want to pursue and it's something that you want to, you know, try out and even get into doing so, guys. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, as I always say, life is too short. So make sure that you do what you love, make sure that you pursue your dreams, and again, do something that gives you purpose. And the byproduct of that is that you will generally create the life that you want, especially if you're aligned in your values and your beliefs. All right, guys, something a bit different today, something a bit out of the gym, out of the nutrition world, a bit more recreational. What we get up to outside of that, because again, it's not all about that, but again, it encompasses all of that. And we're at the beach now, at Surfers, conveniently back again. Probably gonna cruise off. We might get some few more shots before we go. And guys, you already know, like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next one. What a beautiful machine. Hey, how long are them sausages? 5 minutes? It was 7 minutes 5 minutes ago. Turkish. Turn the fucking bike on.